Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the real scenario case into this PowerApps application. So now here into this PowerApps application, I have this form through which we are going to enter the data into our database. In this case, I have taken this database as this Excel file which is placed into the OneDrive. So I have these four columns: ID, name, designation, and location. And through this form, I just need to pass the data that is user input to my database. But here, before we pass it, we have to validate the data which is provided by the user. So the first is that all the fields are mandatory. If any single field is missing, user has not provided that, so you have to notify to the user that all the fields are mandatory. Second one is that your employee ID field should be the numeric. The third one is that if user is providing any of the employee ID, and if that ID is already existing into this employee ID column into your database, then you have to notify to the user that employee ID already exists. If everything is unique, all the things has been provided by the user, employee ID is unique, name, designation, and location is also provided to you, then it should pass the data and enter into this database. So now here, I have just created this form where I have used this text input control, and here I have renamed that one. So now this is for the ID, then for the name, designation, and location. So now I have just created this button, and through this, I just need to pass the data. So now here, I'm just gonna use this if condition. So here, if I just need to check is blank. So for the first one, I just want to check is my employee ID dot text column is a blank. Then or just check the another column which is a is blank, and same txt employee name dot text is a blank or not. Then same here, we will again go for is blank, and then the third column which is basically the designation dot text, and then the fourth one txt that is blank txt location dot text. So now, first of all, we are just going to check is any of the value into the respective fields or control is a blank or not. If that is blank, if any of these value is a blank, then I just need to notify to the user. So notify is basically the message box into PowerApps application. So I just need to mention all fields are mandatory. And this is notification type as a error, comma. If all the values user is providing to us, my second condition is that I just need to check employee ID is the number or not. So if I say does not equals to is numeric. So txt dot employee ID dot text. So if this is not number, then what do you want to do? I want to notify to the user that here employee ID must be numeric. And this is also the notification type as a error one, comma. If this is the number, then what you want to do? I just need to check whatever the ID user has provided to us. That ID we have already into our database or not. So for that one, we will simply just go for this CountRows and just use this filter function, and my table name is the table2, comma, which value you want to check? I just need to check that employee ID is equals to txt employee ID dot text. So it is there or not. I just need to get the count of this. So here, I'm just gonna close this bracket here. And if this is greater than 0. So I'm just gonna make the comparison of the result of this count function if this is greater than 0, then what you want to do? I just want to notify to the user that employee ID already exists, and this is also the error, comma, else what you want to do? So if user is providing the unique employee ID and all the informations, then I just need to submit the data. So I will use this batch function here, and into this table2, my data needs to be filled in the same database. So use this default function and my table2. Then I just need to use this curly braces and pass this column. So employee ID, that is the txt employee ID dot text, comma. The next column is what? I said employee name. So employee name is txt employee name dot text. Then the third one is designation. So designation is what? txt employee designation dot text, comma, employee location is txt employee location dot text. So I have passed all these fields and closed these curly braces. So now here I have closed this curly braces here, and now this complete batch function has been closed, right? And once this data is filled successfully, and once this data is entered successfully, then what we have to do? Here, now I just need to notify to the user, right? So here I have used this semicolon here. So now into this, it means my next step, right? So I just want to notify to the user. Here you can say employee added successfully. And this is the success message. So we can select this success one. So now I have just closed this notify success message as well. After that, if you just need to reset all the fields, so you can use this reset function here. So I said reset, and I just want to reset this employee ID, then reset. I just need to reset employee name, then reset. After that, I just need to reset txt designation control. Then I just need to reset this is location, correct? And now just close this brackets here. That is a if bracket. So now here this PowerFX function has been written. Now if I show you into this format text here, so you can see we have written these functions, right? Now let's try this one. So I'm just gonna execute this, and here I'm just going to enter the ID. So I say 1014. This ID we do not have into our database. So if I just go with this, if I just click on submit, so now you can see this record needs to be submitted because this is my fresh record. So you can see this message employee added successfully, and this record has been entered successfully. Now you can see it is not blank, it is not blank. Okay, so now here you can see this is basically txt emp designation, right? So in the reset, if you go here, this one, so txt emp designations and txt emp locations, we have given it over here. So this needs to be, so here you can check it that here emp designation location is here. Oh, one mistake we have done here. This is a next action, right? So here we have to use this semicolon. So you have to be very careful into this. So now here, let me save this. So now here, if I just execute this again, here I just provide this ID 1015. I say Manoj, then vice president, and location is India. Now if I click on a submit, so now here you will see the records is going to get submit successfully, and you can see it is deleted from here, right? And now your fields are basically the reset. Now if you open this and you can see into your database, so this records needs to be submitted. So you can see 1014 and 1015 has been submitted successfully. Now here, let's try this 1015 and try this to enter this again. So if I just say 1015 and here I say Anu and manager and India. So this ID is already existing. So if I just try this again, so you can see this employee ID already exists. So it will not allow you to insert this one. Same here. For an example, suppose any fresh email ID I'm entering, that is employee ID I'm entering. And now here example, I didn't enter this designation. And now if I just click on a submit, so you can see all the fields are mandatory, right? So this kind of a validation we have implemented into this PowerApps application. So I hope you understood this concept. Thank you so much, everyone.